Hi everyone, welcome to Mala's Verse. Welcome if you're new here. Welcome to the ones who've been here before. Thank you so much for joining me. So today's reading is again a special one because it's a wonderful person I'm collaborating with, and that's Helen from Eye of the Serpent Tarot. We did a collaboration almost a month ago, and this is our second time collaborating. And we were keen on, and I really wanted to uh, bring in the flavor of the month of October, which is related to Halloween and, spooky stuff like that. So, in the light of that, what we did come up with was to explore two sides of what kind of a reading you would go for in terms of this kind of a theme or this time of the year. So, my dear friend Helen, who's a phenomenal reader, by the way, if you haven't checked her out, please check out her channel. And so she's going to look at what would your reading be once you go, or if you go to a fortune teller. So she will see what's coming for you in the next 3 to 6 months, what is the advice coming for you, how can you use it for your highest good. And what I am going to do is basically you're visiting a medium this time, and getting messages from your past loved ones, your spirit guides, messages of love, of encouragement, of guidance, whatever comes through. So, yeah, it's a fun reading, and I hope that you enjoy our endeavor here. So, we have three piles to choose from. The first pile here is number 28 with Enter the Garden of Delights. How beautiful is that? Then we have pile number 2, Resplendent with Grace. That's pile number 2, and the number is 24. Pile number 3 is number 35, The Lover and the Beloved. Take a few deep breaths with me here. Breathing out through your mouth. One more time. Lowering down your barriers and letting any messages that are for your highest good to come in. You are most welcome to choose more than one pile. And yeah, I'll see you in your reading. Hi, pile number 1. If you chose this card here, Enter the Garden of Delights. This is your reading. We're going to look at those cards later on. Yeah, please take a deep breath. I feel like there are too many energies surrounding you, or you are tapped into a lot of energies. Maybe you are thinking about a lot. There's a lot of chaos essentially. You are tapped into multiple things, and it's maybe even creating some issues, or just in general, even if it's not a big issue, but certainly creating overwhelm in your mind space specifically is what I'm getting. Anyhow, so we have these two cards here representing what energy your past and loved ones are bringing in, and this is their characteristic. These cards are representing their characteristics, and for you, interestingly enough, what I am receiving is that the ancestors, especially the past and loved ones coming in, are not from this lifetime. They are most likely from another lifetime. But for some of you, probably it is true that they are from this lifetime. Do see whatever intuitively resonates with you. So, to represent what energies they are bringing in, we have the Hound, Loyalty, Chains, Promises, and we have the Astronomer, but in reverse, Discovery, Augury. And right off the bat, what this tells me is this is like this energy of the past and loved one. And I specifically got like it's a group of people. So of course there's so many people here who are tapped in into this reading. So most likely it's all of those energies connecting with people tap into this file, and more so also that like it's more than one person or one energy here. But what I'm getting with these two cards is that this person the life that they lived was very restricted to a contract, to a connection, that, I mean, it could be a contract like a soul contract, an energetic contract they had with somebody else, because it does tie up with these cards here where we have Two of Cups and Six of Cups. And Two of Cups, if you look at it, both of them have, connections. There are two people here. So it could be, a marriage, or a physical, sorry, yeah, physical realm or a material realm contract like that as well. And this person or this energy is so, like, we have the Hound, and so they are very, very dedicated, and they're dedicated to the cause as to whoever they have had that contract with. They don't look beyond that, right? They do see that materially, and specifically, like, yeah, majorly and materially, they are taken care of. Their health might be taken care of because of the money that they made, or whatever. I mean, like, there was probably, exchange of materials happening, so they were safe and sound in that sense. But with the astronomer in reverse and discovery as well, like, as one of the keywords, an astronomer is somebody who, if you look at it, the way they look through the telescope and they dive deep into the world of astronomy, they are so, like, their vision is almost endless, right? They are willing to dive deep into what is out there, and especially things that you cannot touch, you can only just see, right? So, and that in itself, brings that vastness of energy into one's life, and how much is possible beyond this realm, beyond this reality, beyond this planet, so to speak. And in that sense, with astronomer in reverse and the Hound being upright, I feel like this was a person who led a life where they were very driven by whatever contracts they had. A guidebook or guidelines is the term that's coming in, and like, they did not stray away from that, or were very basically bound by the rules of the book. And within that, I would say, like, they lost their identity, or even if they didn't lose it, they were definitely subsiding this discovery energy, or the energy of a discoverer, somebody who is an explorer. And with these characteristics here, it could be that this energy that's coming in is basically more masculine than feminine, is what I'm receiving. And for some of you, could be an ancestor who actually looks like this, you know, or looked like this. You might have ancestry from, wow, a bloodline that's of not Vikings, but definitely people who had more lighter skin compared to darker skin, even though we do have Six of Cups here. So some of you might have had ancestors in another lifetime who were part of countries like, Asia, Africa, India, stuff like that, basically. But most so I'm getting, like, this is the energy, like your ancestor was somebody who came from whatever would be the I mean, bloodline of somebody who is a Caucasian, basically. And apart from that, with Six of Cups and Two of Cups here, definitely very strong energies of Venus, and number two as well, which is Moon. And that makes sense with the astronomer. So it could also be that this is associated with your mother's bloodline, to be honest. Quite interesting. So with the Six of Cups and Two of Cups, this energy, or these energies, were definitely very quite playful, to be honest, very childlike, and does make sense with the astronomer, because children are very curious, and they always make it a point, actually, to test their curiosity, discover what's coming in through their curious mind, like, not just through their curious mind, but discover and work on whatever cues are coming in from their curious mind. They're very agile about it, very active about it. And with this, it could be two people who were, romantically involved, could have been best friends as well. But yeah, definitely the one that's coming in is more like very protective energy, and that makes sense with the hound and loyalty. So like that promise of probably protecting whatever they had to take care of, and it could be a family, there could be, it could be their partner, wife or husband, whoever it was in that lifetime, or maybe protecting something very precious, some sort of information as well. With the King of Swords here, it could be very much like information based, could be related to some formula, like chemistry is coming in. So maybe some of you have a link with chemistry and alchemy for sure. That's interesting. And let's look at what your current situation is and what is their guidance coming through. Definitely somebody who is very associated with the stars, that's coming in strongly. So astronomy definitely must have been a very strong interest of yours, or this ancestor or passed on loved one could be there with you when you discover more about astronomy, astrophysics, maybe even astrology, you never know. Okay, we are not taking that. Yeah. So I asked for one more card, but we still got two. We do have Nine of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So some of you, like I said, you guys are not sleeping well. You are overwhelmed. Your mental space is not relaxed at all. We have the Three of Swords, Six of Wands, and the Seven of Pentacles and Queen of Swords. So in your current situation, it seems like you guys are moving through a particular hurt, to be honest, pile number one, and definitely not a light pain point. It seems like a very strong pain point, something that has been eating away at your emotional well-being specifically, and not letting you sleep well as well. Six of Wands, Sign of Pentacles, and Queen of Swords. It does seem like this has been affecting your work or is related to your work. Although with the Six of Wands, I do see what's happening is pile number one. I feel like you're waiting on some sort of success, some sort of recognition that is not actualizing for you, and it's keeping this hurt in place. So the interesting bit is actually the ancestor or the past on loved one that's coming in, and with the waiting and recognition card, it also another interesting fact, we have King of Swords here, and we have the Queen of Swords here. Too many messages coming through, but the first thing I would like to say is that, like this ancestor who did not cater to their heart's desire, and in fact waited upon, probably they waited their entire life to get away with this contract, and they couldn't before they passed away. And they might have even get gotten recognition for the kind of loyalty they showed, but it was never satisfying for them. And in that sense, what I'm trying to say is that the success that you're looking at or that you're awaiting, how much of it is actually a definition of success that's true for you? Although we're just talking about your current situation, but this, it's just coming through directly, because it might be making you cold towards things that actually bring you joy. Like basically you're becoming inactive about things that actually bring you joy and happiness. So if you look at it, anything that we would like to have is something that creates that energy of joy, right? Essentially at the end of the day, if you would like to, for example, you are having a cheat meal after a while, what is essentially the rush that comes in? It's joy, it's fulfillment, it's satisfaction, and all of these energies have a frequency which you can tap into. because intelligence is, I mean, like the mental plane is the game or the forte for this pile, and your ancestor is also showing that in a way. And using the mind of your power. I am so sorry. Using the power of your mind. That was hilarious. But using the power of your mind, you could actualize what you would like to have with much more ease, because I feel like you are not at all resting. You are putting in too much effort, and you've become, sort of indifferent. Not indifferent, no, that's not the right word. There's apathy, yeah, and there's disinterest in where you are right now in life. And this is not to blame you, but actually to help you figure out if that is the case. What is it that you're giving your energy to that's creating this situation? And from where is this desire of the specific success that you are thinking of is coming? Is it even the definition of success that is true to you? Because it's anyway creating overwhelm, anxiety. It's not creating ease, is it? Yeah, Ace of Cups, clearly, like you need to sit down, look at what is true for you, what makes your heart jump with joy as soon as you wake up. Because it is true, my friend, you can have multiple continuous days, because of course we have ebb and flow in our energy. But the more we practice that muscle of being very very clear about what energy we would like to be in, being, setting that intention the moment you open your eyes in the morning, and even when you close your eyes at night, setting that intention beforehand, and being very specific about what is it that you would like to feel. Because anything that you achieve materially essentially is going to bring in the frequency of appreciation, gratitude, joy, which you still have the power to create that vibration within your life right now. So keeping that in mind, what is it that actually brings you joy, and how do you equate that with what is the true meaning of success for you? These cards here represent the advice that your spirit guides and your ancestors have for you. And we have past, present, and future, and we have psychic development, and this is how they came. And that's it. We have 5 and 4. Hmm. So 6 definitely seems like a strong number here. I just wanted to point that out because I was looking at the numbers. So many of you might have your birth date as 6 or 15, or which other number is it? 24. And apart from that, you could be born in the month of June. Other than that, you could be a Taurus or a Libra, and life path number 6. So I just wanted to point these things out. But yeah, Taurus energy again with the fifth number coming in here, coming quite strongly. Anyway, with the psychic development in past, present, and future, it tells me that how much are you digging into your past, and keeping that energy, that vibration active in the present without doing anything about the past. For example, if you're working on things like shadow work and then you are shifting, transmuting that energy, that's a whole different thing. And even in that, actually, are you spending way too much time on your shadow work and not nourishing your body, your soul, your mind with things that actually bring you joy? Remember, you got the card of Enter the Garden of Delights, and I'll tell you what this card represents. And in that in itself, with that statement in itself, it tells you that what delights are you letting yourself experience in this moment in time. Is it just slurping on an ice cream if it's summer where you are, right? The one that you really like. Is it actually just, for example, to amplify the energy of abundance, just look at this crystal. We have this rose quartz here. So how many number of atoms are probably making this crystal, right? Problem, you don't even have to look at this crystal, just look at your palm. You did not have to do anything to get this body. You did not have to do anything to, make these fingers move as they do. And I mean, apply this analogy to whatever you have right now that you can be extremely grateful for. And the number of atoms, and that's the point I was getting to. So the number of atoms, and this could be, I don't know how many, like almost innumerable, but I'm sure it's not innumerable, but plenty, right? And those are all working in response to you, and they're working for you. So money or anything that you would like to have is also energy. Just focus on the energy of the number of atoms working for you, and just, eventually, like, practice this time and again, shift that energy into money, into gold, into diamond, into whatever is abundance for you. It could be even people, being happy in your company, or I mean, like, just being with you. It could be babies who are happy, smiling, going to bed with a full stomach, and that itself makes you happy, right? So what if those number of atoms is the number of souls that are happy, and that in itself also energizes you. And energizing yourself, being happy, is what permeates your aura, and so it permeates the universe, doesn't it? Like, that's the energy moving out of you. So I mean, I know I linked many things with this simple example, but that's the point I'm wanting to make, that abundance is right now within the palms of your hand, and you can actualize this, because with the psychic development and past, present, and future, I definitely feel like this pile has psychic abilities, and I feel, I think every one of us has. It's just that how much are we willing to receive and access them. Anyhow, but the point is that developing this energetic awareness and creating an energetic environment around yourself, around your body, of a reality that you would like to have. And if it is the joy that you want to feel, does not have to be a joy where you're frolicking and jumping all the time. It's just being relaxed, and being at ease, being calm, or being calmness, but being calm basically, and just savoring each and every moment of that. And you can create it right now. Your guides are also wanting to tell you that move past this tough cycle. First, recognize with your awareness, with your intuition, with your inner voice, what is true success for you. And then simultaneously, not the step after it, simultaneously dive more into activities that bring you joy, that make you happy, that really light up your soul. What is the plan of your future? Just to be happy. What is your plan right now? Just to be happy. What is your plan in the next moment? Maybe I will just relax. And what if that relaxation doesn't necessarily mean that you laze around? What if you find relaxation in the work that you do? What if you find relaxation in cooking something? What if you find relaxation in cleaning your table or cleaning stuff? How blessed are we to experience this entire reality in the 3D realm? Next, we are going to look into any additional messages that your passed on loved ones, your ancestors want to give to you. Wow, we have plenty, but we do have 3 of Swords coming up again. We have 2 of Swords. No. So we are going to shuffle the cards again. 7 of Pentacles showing up again. Just a moment. So we have Page of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck and 3 of Cups. Wow. We have Page of Wands and Seven of Wands show up for you as additional messages, and I just feel it's a single line or a small, sharp, very concise message from them, and that is more like a question. How willing are you to fight for what truly lights you up? How willing are you to move beyond the noise that other people's opinions, their judgments, or even the noises or the voices you heard growing up? How willing are you to move past it, to fight for what is true for you, to fight for what brings you joy, what brings you delight? We have entered the garden of delights, and this card here represents the last message, a message of encouragement from your ancestors, and they really want you to just soar high, fly high, and I'm getting the basically basic basically the jet or the fire jet that's present in Iron Man's suit, but I'm not getting the energy of the Iron Man suit, but basically fire coming out of your legs and you're flying high, but your body is feather light. It's almost airy. Maybe it doesn't even exist, sort of that kind of energy. Probably some of you receive dreams like this, but that's what they want you to understand, that that's energetically quite strongly possible for you. And this is going to actualize more and more the more you trust your gut, the more you stand your ground, the more you give yourself the permission to explore from your heart center, what is true for you, especially success wise. This is more around success, because I feel like yeah, I wanted to mention this thing because we do have the number six. Some of you might be feeling bound by some connections you are in, so how much are you willing to let go of that connection? And by that, what do I mean by letting go of the connection energetically? What I'm asking you is, and not letting go, I'm asking you, are you willing to do that? The point is, are you willing to let go of what is binding you? And if the answer is yes, it doesn't mean you have to actually physically sever ties, or end the connection. But the point is that you are not now at the effect of the connection in a way that you're bound. You're so loyal, pile number one. You must be some of the very loyal piles. Could be Leo energy as well. Yeah, that does make sense with number five. It's the fifth house. Maybe you are bound by really close familial relationships. So, family, that's probably the family that you are married into, and then of course, your partner, your kids, or it could be, your parents, anybody. But the point is that, are you willing to let go of that? And I'm not saying you have to sever ties, but realize that as an infinite being, you are not bound by things, and things actually need to add to you rather than suffocate you, bind you, and almost like kill your heart's desire, because that's what is required right now. Your ancestor want you to know that you have a heart that's full of this garden of delights. It's full of so many beautiful things that are abundant, and things that you need to taste, touch, feel, really, live through. And you can do I was about to basically, whatever that was, please let that go. But basically what I'm trying to say is, you can do that by accessing the wondrous, beautiful energy in your heart center. And for that, you have to come within it, with within your heart center, within your heart space. Nobody else or a connection with somebody else is not going to bring you in. It's first you who has to explore the garden of your heart, or I would say gardens of your heart, and garden of delights as well. Painting could be a very good with the psychic development. So abstract paintings could be very helpful for this pile, and especially as abstract abstract landscapes and abstract flowers could be very, very helpful for this pile. So yeah, pile number one, that's all that I have for you. Thank you so much for joining, and I genuinely hope that this reading helped you. Also, do check out my lovely friend Helen's reading on the fortune telling. She's going to be very, very good with it, I know. And her reading is going to be very exciting. Do check out what's coming for you in the next few months, right? And thank you so much for joining. Do share your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope to see you in future readings. Hi, pile number two. If you chose the card Resplendent with Grace, this is your reading. We will look at these cards here later. So the top three cards here represent the energies this ancestor or passed on loved one is bringing in. And these cards, the one on the bottom here, are representing their characteristics. So we have the founder, and it says foundations community, the warrior, perfectionism, burnout, and the spy master, knowledge, distrust. And at the bottom we have Three of Wands, Eight of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. So right away, the energy of this ancestor or a passed on loved one is very warrior like, and interestingly enough, for the first pile, what we got was the passed on loved ones were not from this lifetime, more so connected to different lifetime. But for this pile, it's from this lifetime. And so many of you might have had an ancestor in your lifetime, in this lifetime, or in your bloodline in this lifetime, who has served or had served the army at one point, or they still do in one way, shape, or form. There's definitely a connection to army here, or I'm getting the word general time and again. So like the position of a general, and even I would say it's more like warrior, and we literally have the warrior, but so like physical warrior energy. So definitely a close connection to the army here. If that is not the case for some of you, definitely somebody who's a community leader for sure. Someone, I'm also getting this rebel energy, people who fight for the community. Could be for some of you the energy of communists as well. I'm not too sure, but that's just coming through. But in general, definitely in general, yeah, their energy is very leader like. And one thing I want to say is that people always have seen how much space this person holds, but they have not seen the amount of work that goes into it, and the effort, the mental effort, the physical effort, the emotional effort that goes into creating the space that they have created, the foundations or the community that they have created. I also, with the spy master, definitely say that they might have access to information, might have had access to information that they were not easily able to share with others and stuff like that, or they had information but they were not at the basically did not have the right to share it as much, or even if they knew, like it could even be, I'm also getting more so actually information that they knew. For example, basically somebody knows that they are very ill, but they will not tell people around them because they want to serve till their last breath. So that kind of energy, that's also what I'm getting with the spy master. Very dedicated to community, very dedicated to raise their voice, not at people, but raise the voice of people who are not able to do it for themselves. A people's person for sure, not a people pleaser, but a people's person for sure. Somebody who's built from the ground all the way up and has seen and overcome a lot of obstacles. Probably this, for some of you, it's also a person, I mean, this person definitely, for some of you, definitely shied away or did not take a lot of credit as to how much they actually put the efforts, as to how much they were invested in whatever they were doing and what an impact they have created. So, a little not so keen on receiving essentially compliments. Somebody who's just determined to look what's ahead, what is, any obstacle, any challenge, how to overcome it, always working, working, working. Don't see any restful energy here, to be honest. And somewhere I'm also getting, underestimating and undervaluing the effort and the effect they created. So that's the energy of the past on loved one coming in. This could be most likely a feminine energy, so a grandmother or a great grandmother, but it doesn't have to be. Even though there's masculine energy, I'm somehow getting somebody who's representing a part of society that could not either gather the courage or did not have the resources at hand to fight for themselves. So this person took that charge. I definitely am getting very strong connection to Asian countries, especially very East Asian countries. Peru as a place is coming up. I wonder why. Malaysia is coming up. Asia in general, but Malaysia was also coming up, so I had to share that. I was just receiving it, and it could have been so, when there was a lot of essentially British ruling going on all over the planet. So they might have been a part of that, of their army, but they took care of their people, essentially. Somebody who was a leader in or had a very strong position within the British Army, but they were from their own country. And like I said with the spy master, probably they were a spy there. I'm getting that kind of an energy, or they even if they were not a spy, they definitely made sure in some way, shape, or form they're eventually able to build for their own community. So, like I said, they did not probably share the amount of risks they had taken. And their biggest ally, or I would say their biggest strength, must have been patience and waiting. That's why they were able to carry out a lot of this stuff. Very interesting. So yeah, going to look at what your current situation is and what advice they would have for it. I just had to get this arranged again. The deck, it always slips from my hands. Anyway, so what is the current situation for pile number 2? I know I was getting more feminine energy, although the analogy or the example that was coming through for the general is mostly a masculine. It's still very strong feminine energy more than a masculine energy. So it could be actually probably somebody who was, physically is a man, but they had strong feminine energy. And I feel like waiting is more feminine energy, getting things together, inviting that energy in. So they might have had strong hold on their divine feminine energy, or they knew how to work with it rather than taking abrupt actions. So what's the current situation for pile number 2? Okay, situation. some I feel like you guys might have been wanting to receive some answer. There's something there that's and you're not receiving it. I feel like stillness is very strongly required for this pile. So what is the current situation for pile number 2? So we have the King of Pentacles. King. Oh, it's so interesting. This happened with pile number 1 as well. The card I got with the current situation, there was one court card from the same suit in the current situation, and there was a court card in the characteristics deck as well of the same suit. So very, 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 very interesting. Oh, I forgot to mention this. The captain was the bottom deck energy here. So it does make sense with the general energy that was coming in for the passed on loved one. But anyway, we have the lovers, 10 of pentacles, and the fool. So this feels like there are probably, I am perceiving there's a lot of chaos maybe happening at the home front or within family. People wanting to go to different ways or in different pathways, and there is a communication gap is what I'm receiving. It's like your child self wants to explore something else, and you know that that is more true for you, but you are fearful on many accounts. One, that you have to dive into something that you never have had any experience of, and with full faith, just moving directly into what is true for you with the awareness of what you have at the moment, which may not be a lot of awareness. It's more like intuition based. And we have with the 10 of pentacles, I don't know, this pile is definitely related, wow, but I do want to say you guys are very connected to the animal kingdom. Definitely quite, you might even have animal spirit guides, but look into the concept of that with a lot of information. Don't just go by surface level information essentially. But I do feel that you guys are very strongly connected to animals. You might receive energetically a lot from animals. Probably that's what you want to do. Some of you might want to take up a course of action essentially, or move into a career which is like doing healing for animals or working with animals or communicating with animals. That's definitely coming through, and that's probably not the traditional way your family has gone about things, or a traditional career path within even your family. For some odd reason that's coming up. There's definitely some conflict in communication, and especially communication style is what's coming up. So maybe the way your parents express and how you receive, there's a communication gap there as well. I mean, even if you guys are pouring your heart out, I feel like there's still a gap between how either of you, or it could be even siblings or even a loved one, like I mean your partner, somebody like that, but I'm getting more like family vibe, like parents and relatives. So there could be that, even if you are putting it in the simplest of terms, or maybe you are being very vulnerable and authentic, yet the words or the energy is not getting through to them. And I also feel it's probably happening on your end as well, that you're not receiving very well what they are wanting to communicate, and that could be creating a feeling of being very lonesome actually. You might feel like basically the black sheep of the family, or some, and also someone who probably doesn't have anybody to take care of them, which is not true. I mean, we do have your passed on loved one coming here, coming in here, right? So let's see what advice your spirit guides, your ancestors have for you. And we have healing energy and sacred space. See how the flame is here. um, but with these two cards, I'm definitely getting that practicing alternative healing therapies will be very, very helpful for this pile, especially with healing energy. Definitely getting like on body healing or energy work processes. So one of them is Reiki, one of them is what I also practice, like one of the modalities, which is, excuse me, access consciousness. So that could also be something that you could look into. But with 20 and 21 also, I'm time and again getting reminded of that number. It's like you are being asked to access the awareness within, because there is a lot of um, hidden potential, I would say, or hidden awareness about how to heal yourself and clear your energy field for this pile. Very intuitive, but more so like intuitive in healing the body, healing the mind space as well. But a lot of healing energy, well, a lot of energy clearing. So both these factors, energy clearing and that soft, tender, healing energy is also there, and makes sense because if you have an ancestor, I feel like that's some energy that's parallel in you as well, like somebody who has gone through so many things and knows how to, work. Sorry, I had to check on something, but I was saying, um as I was like drawing patterns between the ancestor or the past on loved one and you, the fact that I was saying was fact. Probably it is, that there is an awareness, an innate awareness in creating a sacred space that probably others outside of you don't know about, but it's going to create a very strong foundation like this ancestor physically did, because that's the energy we were getting, right? And working more internally, more with yourself rather than relying on other people to understand you, and healing those aspects of you where you're seeking validation for what path you need to take next. With a sacred space, there's definitely a strong message coming through from your ancestors to create a safe space for yourself at your home, at your workspace. Even if you have a candle, you don't have to light it, it can represent the fire energy. And within that space, you can include photographs, artifacts, souvenirs, anything that you hold very close to you, and just sit there even for 5-10 minutes and relax your energy, asking archangels if you are in open to receiving from them, or if it's not archangels, just asking the universe to ease your body and cleanse your energy from the highest of consciousness, clearing your energy body and relaxing your being for the highest good of you. Okay, so now we are going to look into if they have any additional messages for you for pile number 2. Now, the sacred space does remind me of the Empress energy. We have King of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So with Empress and the Four of Swords here, 4 is definitely coming on very strongly here as a number. 4, 10, and the number 0 as well, which is interesting. So that could be a 0 must be there in your home address is what I'm getting. That's interesting. But yeah, with 10 and 4, so that's 1 or 2 and 22, something like that. Not something like that, exactly that. But these numbers could be related to your birth date. Your month could be, the month you were born was probably April, or the 10th month, which is October, which the month we are in right now. Wow. And other than that, yeah, it could be your life path number as well, number 4. So with the Empress and Four of Swords, yeah, with Empress, because the Venus energy is there, definitely is again doubling down on the energy of October. So October must be a significant month for some of you. Um, but yeah, with Empress and Four of Swords, the additional messages, just reiterating, this is what I'm getting, like really getting your nose to the grindstone in terms of healing yourself, because healing with Four of Swords is just coming in and reiterating the message that was coming in from your ancestors in these two cards. They're just additionally saying that tapping into this mother energy is very important for you right now, and especially grounding it. So maybe going out and spending time in nature, something around firewood, woods coming up. So maybe some of you are going into winters. Well, I am. Um, so take that, maybe make this entire winter time a sacred space for yourself. Really tend to those not childlike, but whatever you wanted to or did do as a child, and it was fun for you to relax your body, relax your nervous system. And so that then this clarity can come in as to what steps do you need to take without being so dependent probably on others letting you know what is the right path for you. This is more like, because probably this ancestor gave so much to the community, they did not probably take care of themselves, and that's why I feel like they're reiterating this message that you need to take care of your own self. Pile number 2. And the last card here is Resplendent with Grace. And this card again, it's just saying, submit to the grace. And I don't know why the word grandeur is coming, but grandeur or I don't think grandness is a word, but grandeur, the grace of source of the creator. And you can very well do this. Very, again, like I said, divine feminine energy. Submit to the brilliance of beings of light, or of consciousness, of higher realms, who are just waiting for you to help you out actually. And with that relaxation, with that, today itself I put a story on my Instagram that said, let go and let God. With that energy itself, you are going to relax so much, and it's going to clear away your path a lot. So with Resplendent with Grace, realize that who you are, just as you are a beautiful, unfathomably divine and graceful extension of source energy, of the energy that has created this entire world. So how can you be any less than graceful, right? This is, oh, blah. By the way, this card represents a message of encouragement from your passed on loved ones, your ancestors, and that's what they're wanting to tell you, right? They do recognize the beauty that you are. They see the creative, amazing, I mean, I am not even able to get words, kind of divine energy that you are, and that you are just in your everyday life, in your everyday tasks. They recognize this, they appreciate this aspect of you, and they want you to do the same. And they are very, very willing to help you out. So, basically creating this sacred space. Just go there, sit there for 5 to 10 minutes, relax your breathing, breathe out through your mouth, breathe in from your nose. Do that 5 to 8 times. and that's more than enough to relax your body actually many a times. And then just, remember, let go and let God. If you don't want to go into anything detailed and specific, just remind yourself, let go and let God, or let go and let the universe, whatever, suits you. Just give up your tensions, your fears, your doubts to the energy that created this universe, and you do your bit of being at ease, of bringing in more joy in the smallest of things, and you can easily do it. Pile number two. So yeah, pile number two, that is all that I have for you. Thank you so much for joining. I hope that this was helpful. Do share your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to check out my beautiful friend Helen's reading on I Have the Serpent Tarot as to what is coming for you in the next 3 to 6 months, how to make use of it for your highest good. She's a phenomenal reader, so don't you forget to check that out. I'm going to link that in the description box below. And thank you so much for joining. Do share your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi, pile number three. If you chose the lover and the beloved, number 35, this is your reading. And we do have two cards for you, interestingly enough, which was the second card is the number is 2, and it says passion for purpose. We are going to look at this later on. So these cards here, these two cards here represent the energies of the past and loved ones coming in, and these are their characteristics. So we have the priest in reverse at the at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, the bottom of the deck energy was very, very strong for this pile, and we have the pathless here, difficult decisions, lack of direction. But anyway, the cards that we got are the priest, perseverance, faith in reverse, and we have the wise one, tradition, order. Right off the bat, one energy I definitely want to talk about is there's some sophistication coming in with this pile for sure. Very grace energy, sorry. Probably a gracious person as well. But with the priest in reverse and the voice, the wise one, but the voice, the voice, I'll explain how it probably fits in here, because what I'm receiving is that with the priest reverse is reminding me of the Hierophant in reverse in the tarot card. And this could be a person who was tradition and order, right? I was about to say they are way too untraditional or way too quirky. This quirky energy is coming quite strongly. So they never were the one who would have followed the rule book or the guidebook. Somebody who was almost rebellious in the sense that they intentionally wanted to break the rules, and especially not because there was any malicious energy, but more so because they wanted to be, I'm definitely getting they wanted to stand out and be very different. And in general, just because they were like this, very Sagittarius energy is what I'm getting, even though I'm not seeing any zodiacs related to this, although we do have the fire sign and the Six of Wands here. But quirky, fun, would not stop or dwell in situations which they know is going to drain their situation, they drain their energy, especially mental energy. So in that sense, they're actually a wise one. Do you see how the eyes are inverted? How interesting, right? So I perceive that they saw through the crap sometimes tradition or rules bring in, essentially. And so I'm also getting that they knew the rules and then they broke it. But what people might have perceived is that they just wanted to break the rules without knowing them, or they never knew the rules and broke them. I don't feel that way. I feel like this person knew what the rules were, and I perceive like they were more aware of what we call, the universal laws, how energy works, how energy moves, very adept with energy. And so they knew what traditions to follow, especially in terms of what they were taught. I'm not saying the actual original traditions, but any traditions that have been passed on many a times get filtered by every person who's passing on, filtered by their emotions, their fears, their perspectives, their life experiences. They knew, and they could see through the BS essentially, and so they created their own set of rules, and that's the energy I'm getting. And for this pile also, this is somebody from this lifetime, and I got the energy of um an uncle basically from your mother's line, more than anybody else essentially, but a male in the line of your mom's bloodline, basically your maternal side. And with Page of Swords, the Six of Wands, and Nine of Pentacles, one thing that I really want to say is that they were quite charming. And if you look at this card, there's a snake here, and the snake charmer term is coming to me. So very eccentric this person was, and probably that's why they were seen as someone who was actually an ideal partner in some ways, because they represented fun, but they were also very sincere in what they did, is what I'm receiving. Quite determined, quite focused, knew what they wanted, and always went for it, and wouldn't take anybody's crap. They are like, I'm not going to shove into myself any thoughts or perspectives that you have which don't make me feel light or excited about life. And I'm not saying that every thought or experience has to, but more so like something that will not bring them down, but essentially in some way, shape, or form inspire them. And that's the energy they were in. Like, they did not let anybody's opinion, or either of them, or the way they live their life, get through to them. They were very fun, childlike, and might have had a very some of them might have had a dark sense of humor, which was probably not well received, or very satire sort of nature is what I'm getting. Also, quite attractive physically, this person. That's very strongly coming here. Maybe because they were so quick-witted and also probably physically attractive, that's what made them more, of um, not not an eyesore. Sorry, that's exactly opposite, but more maybe an eyesore to their haters, essentially. But definitely the apple pie of many people's eyes, or I don't know if that's how they use that phrase, but essentially the star of many people's desire, or the object of many people's desire. Sorry, that's the phrase I was looking for sure, with this pile. And they were not afraid to make mistakes. Very quirky energy. So that's a very fun energy. And let me see. So yeah, like I said, this is a male on your maternal side. Maybe your mom's elder, younger brother, could be even your grandfather, or an older cousin. That's also there, because one thing I'm also getting is that you somehow had a very fun relationship with this person, very quirky, always goofing around, exploring new things together, also having a very fun weekend, afternoon, holiday time. That's what I'm receiving. Like, those are the scenarios coming to my head. And maybe even pulling very innocent pranks and laughing about it for days on end. Stuff like that. I'm also getting somebody who's making fart sounds from their mouth, and just I mean, you make fart sounds together and then you laugh, and that cycle just goes on. So scenarios like that, which are very fun and childlike and very cute, to be honest. So let's see what your current situation is. Six of Wands and Six of Wands. Wow. With the pathless here, what I forgot to say was, like I said, we do have the eye even here. So many people might have had this perspective about them that they did not have a path, whereas they knew what they were doing. They were very self-sufficient. They might have even created wealth for themselves in very unexpected ways, in unprecedented times as well. Uh, Probably some of them went through or were alive during the time periods where there was the Great Depression as well, but they somehow, made use of that time and were materially in all aspects very resourceful and were able to take care of themselves in ways that traditionally people were not able to do that. So let's see what your current situation is. Although I'm being asked to not take this card, so I'm going to shuffle the cards again for you. Pile number 3. What is your current situation? Yeah, I was getting the reference of pile number 1 for this pile. So if you were drawn to it, do look into that. We have lovers at the bottom of the deck. It's interesting. The lover and the beloved is the card that you chose as well. So it's likely that this is related to a relationship. Okay, I'm just looking how to arrange these. Maybe I'll just keep this here. So we have Emperor. We have 2 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles. Interesting, progressing numbers. We have Emperor and we have the 9 of Swords. 9 is very strong, a number here. So November or Virgo season. So September also seems like a significant month for some of you here. Sagittarius, like I was saying, yeah, maybe that's why November is coming up. But we have 2 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, and Emperor and the 9 of Swords. So I feel like this is is there an opportunity to increase your wealth that's coming in, but you don't know what step to take, or the step that you need to take is a step that's going to trigger a father figure or somebody like that? Because I feel like it's a fun step, like something that's creative, something that does not necessarily, in the beginning at least, show any promise of the future. And that's why you are extremely scared of sharing this with a loved one, especially a father figure is what I'm getting. But somebody, if it's not a father figure, it could be someone who fits that bill for you in your life. So with the lovers also at the bottom of the deck, what else was there? 9 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, the Fool. Very interesting energies here. So pile 3, you're actually a mix of both the piles. So if you are drawn to all 3 piles, I would not have been surprised. I would not be surprised. Wow. But with 2 of Pentacles and 3 of Pentacles, it's like you are struggling on your own right now, doing multiple things, but you do know there is an opportunity to expand, or you are aware of how it can expand. And this could be more so, you know what, this might not just be career wise, this could be like a mindset, a career wise, or something that makes you money, but this could be definitely like a mindset. The mindset, and especially like mindset around people that you collaborate with, who could actually bring you opportunities or just, wealth directly, that is true to who you are, but you're afraid of somebody. And this does feel like a father figure who's very stuck in their ways, who does everything in a certain, step by step process, has a very specific method. And because they have created success through it, they are very religious about the fact that it's the only way to success, and they will not budge from that. And because they have provided care for you in probably material ways, you are a little skeptical of being rebellious here, which is why probably this ancestor has come up for you. I don't know why magic is coming, so very magician energy, but like truly how you see magic tricks. So probably it's a situation wherein you're energetically wanting to change things, and you know that that's going to work, but you are unable to convince somebody who's a father figure here, and or who is like a father figure, somebody you look up to actually. And that is the reason why you are actually stuck in this situation. You are in between worlds is what I'm getting. So these two cards here represent what your sorry um so these two cards represent what your energies are. No, no, no. What your ancestors are wanting to tell you, their advice. And we have past, present, and future with the number 4, and we have unlimited possibilities with number 19. So 9 is again here. But number 4 could be also very strong for these guys. You guys, actually, the pile that people that have chosen this pile essentially. And number 4 actually is representative of Rahu in Vedic astrology, which is the north node. So that's interesting because north, you are actually understanding even more better than ever before actually how to step into or what could help you step into your life's purpose even more. And you're just hesitant because you're still stuck on impressing somebody you look up to, or being still be in their good books essentially. But with past, present, and future and unlimited possibilities, your ancestors are saying, just reflecting on your past and the ways when you made it a responsibility almost that you only created for yourself, like made it a point to share every creative idea, every energetic, massive magical moment that happened with you, with this person. And the response they gave, did that even work out for you? Because it that helped you look at unlimited possibilities. Because and it's again, Rahu, and I mean, like the north node, and 19 is the sun cards. It's again pointing towards life path here. So you became aware of life path, of your life path. You became aware of those unlimited possibilities in front of you. But when you shared with this person, and it was just met with actually energies that created you, I mean, okay, I'm unable to word this, but basically if you shared any idea, or I wouldn't even say like idea, I would say even if you shared results with this person, or something somebody else said about your magical intuitive powers, or whatever those powers helped you with, they probably just probably shrugged, and they were like, so what's the big deal? And thus killing the faith that you had within your capacities, within yourself, and the capacities that you had, especially around molding energy. And more so like adding people into your life, or adding another aspect into your life to create a more expanded energy, which is going to direct you towards your life path even more. So this could be an opportunity to learn something more, to work with somebody, to add somebody into your work network or career network, or add someone into your business, or collaborate with somebody. I mean, you might even be doing this, but and the energetic shifts that are happening, but you are unable to prove this to the other person. Like you are unable to make them see how much this is working out for you, right? So that proving energy is that even essentially it's not working out for you, is it? You see the unlimited possibilities, the potentials there. Why play this game of wanting to make them understand? It's only exhausting you. They are on their high horse moving about their day. I'm not saying they had they have, malicious intents. It's just that they are least bothered about it because they have not experienced it as viscerally, as vividly as you have. Pile number 3, that's what your ancestors want to tell you. Let's see what additional messages are coming through. So, like, is it worth the effort when you know, from a distance, from a detached point of view, look at the past and how you shared these things, and um, how it played out for you, and thus what present it has created. And when you analyze this, is that the future you would like to create? What if it's just for you, just for fun? You don't have to care about what others experience. What if the magic is for you to experience alone? And eventually you are going to find the right people. Pile number 3, there's no doubt about it, even if it feels lonesome right now. And we do have a slow but steady at the bottom of the deck for this um, advice card, which makes a lot of sense also. Like, you might be hurrying in the sense that wanting to make this person prove. So you might be hurrying the results that you want to have and not enjoying the entire journey and trusting yourself. It is undeniable because, I mean, at least in my experience, I would say that the more you learn how to mold energy and you sit with it, like sit with this determination that you have to learn it, practice it, and make it a part of your daily routine, it's going to give you results. And it's so liberating because you are not seeking validation from anybody. So let's see what additional messages are coming through. We do have 9 of Cups, but we are not taking that. Any additional messages? 8 of Cups. Wow. Death. No, nothing else. So yeah, there is 7 of Swords. Wow. So pile number three, you have to recognize now this foundation that you've built, the house that you are wanting to seek comfort in. Is it even your home? The house that you're seeking comfort in, is that even your home? I'm not saying break away ties, but that house that you've built inside your heart, you're expecting, I don't know why the word reconciliation is coming. Maybe that is a word, but reconciliation, validation, comfort, approval, recognition from this space, is that even yours? What if now is the time to birth a new house, a new home within your heart center, a new home where in the depths of it, and even I mean, like, the depths of it, probably as deep as the ocean or even beyond that, and soaring as high as possible into the sky, into the atmosphere, beyond the atmosphere, into the universe. All of it is an acknowledgement and reception of the greatness of who you are. And I don't mean that, in a way that you become cocky, because I don't feel that that's what it is with this file, but more so truly recognizing so many elements, so many energies that you have created, and the energies that have been supporting you. And probably these energies may not have been physical, because with the death card, it's just reiterating the reading we are doing, mediumship. What would a medium say? And in that sense, how many ancestors of consciousness are actually with you, wanting to help you create and birth this new house, or this new home within your heart center. With 7 of Swords, it's like, stop self-sabotaging by wanting to seek this connection, in terms of especially this connection where you get approval from these people whom you've put on a pedestal. So these 2 cards are messages of encouragement from your ancestors. We have the Lover and the Beloved, and passion for purpose. It does make a lot of sense, doesn't it? Like, passion for purpose, because I was talking about North Node, the life path here. And do you look Can I look at this card? I mean, like, do you see so many energies, so many entities are here supporting these two people, or you know, look at this energy. It seems like a boy who's looking in awe of these two bigger energies or entities or the entities in focus. But what I'm trying to say is that the lover and the beloved and passion for purpose, I perceive that this pile is very, they express a lot. I mean, your self expression is going to come a lot through your life purpose. And I think that's true for anybody, but for you, it's more like following that in the material realm as well. So, by that, I mean, it's going to be a career path for you, for a lot of you, and for some of you it could be a part in your career path. Maybe the way you run your business, maybe the way you deal with people, maybe the kind of people you have to deal with, right? Stuff like that. So do see how it fits your situation. But what the encouragement here is to listen to your heart. Pile number 3, your heart center is going to guide you in the right direction and clear your energy with, especially like when it comes to seeking validation from somebody else, clear that up. And I feel like doing workouts will be very helpful, because it's going to work out, or basically doing physical activities is going to help you a lot. It's going to help your body a lot. It's going to relax your body and open up your, it's going, definitely with the 9 of Swords here, it's going to relax your mind a lot, because that pent up energy is going to release through sweat, through heat that's being generated. So it doesn't have to be very excessive, or sorry, not excessive, but um, excessive, or what's the word that I'm trying to say here? Very exhaustive, sorry. Yeah, that's the word. Very exhausting or something like that. Essentially, it can be very slow movement as well, like yoga. But then again, you're going to sweat. It's going to pump the blood better in your body. It's going to relax your body. It's going to release those happy hormones, right? And I feel like it will give you more detachment from seeking validation from this person or these people, because what happens is, essentially, why are we seeking validation? It's going to, regurgitate or just amplify that happy hormone or that happy energy within you. So when you're doing these physical activities, that happy hormone is getting created again. So you're getting good with working with energy, and you will start realizing that you can actualize this for yourself. So don't say no to any opportunities that is making your heart jump with joy. Go forward, because that's the encouraging message coming here. Listen to your heart center, and especially from a space of calmness, not from a space of agitation and worry. Whenever that's happening, maybe go for a run or jump on the spot, relax your body, let that tension move out of your system, take a few deep breaths, and then ask, is this true for you? And if you feel light, if you feel happy and light in your body, certainly go for it. So pile number 3, that's all that I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me here. Thank you for watching this video. Do share your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope that this reading was helpful, and don't forget to check out what the next 3 to 6 months are on my very, very lovely friend's channel, Helen, and her channel is Eye of the Serpent Tarot, because she's going to look into what the future what the future would be for you, most likely in the next 3 to 6 months, and what you can do to actualize that, to work on the opportunities for your highest good. And because it's a visit to the fortune teller, right? So yeah, I hope that this collaboration was fun for you and also helpful in some way, shape, or form. Thank you so much for joining, and I hope to see you in future readings.